In 2014, with the support of Sam's Club Giving Program, NALCAB sought to fund 24 grants totaling nearly $1.2 million for business development in the Latino and immigrant communities. 4 of those grants are given to nonprofit groups that operate food-based incubator programs.
Watsonville is a community with a very, very strong agricultural heritage. This day, the community is still very agricultural. There are a lot of farm working families that live here.
On the western edge of California's Farm Belt, agriculture is a way of life. Lured by seasonal fieldwork, migrants flock to places like Watsonville and often stay. Today, Latinos account for more than 80% of the population. Still, tending the Pajaro Valley's rich soil hasn't always yielded bountiful futures. Since its inception in 1979, El Pajaro CDC has helped launch business ventures in everything from childcare to tuxedo rentals. Still, Herrera Monsieur says binkies and boutonnieres take a backseat to one recurring business idea.
About 40% of the clients that come to us, they are wanting to start a food-related business.
In 2012, El Pajaro started their commercial kitchen incubator program in a shiny new 9,000-foot space. Suddenly, El Pajaro was a bird of a different feather.
Hey, welcome. So this is the kitchen. What can I tell you about it? It's a state-of-the-art, all county and state approved. You can make anything you want in this facility. We have several prep stations. This is a cooking line. I can have 7 businesses working at the same time, and they will be working absolutely fine. The process of someone who's new coming into the facility or the organization or wanting to start a food business, we want to make sure that they understand the difference between a hobby and a business.
Vicente Quintanilla is no hobbyist. A recent Mexican immigrant via Los Angeles, he knew 2 things when he got here: nopales and the fact that he didn't want to spend the rest of his days in the fields.
Me vine a esta área porque la familia de mi esposa aquí está toda y pues nos venimos para acá a ver, probar suerte. Mi meta era trabajar para mí. Es un pensamiento que yo traía siempre.
He decided to buy a box of cactus, prep it at his home, go to the little corner market, and he just went in with the little pounds of cactus and said, hey, I have nopales, do you mind or you want to sell them? The guy said, yeah, leave them there, see if we sell them. The next day, the guy said, like, I'm gonna need more nopales from you. Before the kitchen, he was actually struggling to get a proper permit to have his business being an official business, to the point where right before he came to the facility, the health department had already told him, you cannot be operating because you don't have all the permits that you need to have to be doing what you're doing.
Y me inscribí y allí fue donde empezó todo.
After completing the business course, the CDC helped Vicente with everything from permits to labeling. By the time the kitchen was open, Vicente was ready to go.
He knew he had a bigger market. Ever since, he will tell you, soon I'm going to be making so many thousand pounds a week. And I love that, because I love when they have very clear goal and he knew what he wanted to do.
Vicente recently signed with a Bay Area grocery chain for his nopales. The deal would double his current production to nearly 10,000 pounds a week. He's already looking to add to his current staff of 6 employees.
A veces yo siento como que no es verdad de tener una responsabilidad tan grande con otras personas, pero me da gusto que se pueda ayudar a alguien más.
It's Wednesday evening in Forest Grove, Oregon, and the traffic is thick. But you won't find anybody here complaining as they wait for pupusas, tamales, and fresh produce. It's the town's standing dinner date in warm weather months as Adelante Mujeres host their weekly farmers market, and the menu is extensive. Adelante Mujeres introduced the farmers market as a way to help its participants grow their food-related businesses. But for most, this is a stop on their incubation journey that has very organic roots.
People are growing their food here for their own family, for themselves. So it's better to do it healthy, safe, and clean. When they start here, they see the difference between, even with the taste, the difference between organic and conventional. And after that, we start teaching them the techniques to grow those kind of foods.
Fernando Niño has worked around agriculture most of his life, but it wasn't until he met Alejandro that he began to appreciate organic and sustainable farming.
Pero como nuestros hijos son los que más consumen estos productos, por eso es que nosotros tratamos de que todo sea natural, que no contenga químicos ni spray. Todo lo que nosotros ponemos son puros compuestos de la misma planta que tenemos aquí, que es orgánico todo.
The Food Incubator program at Adelante has a wide variety of businesses. Araceli de la Cruz came into the program with an idea to make her native Jalisco-style food to sell for extra income. She didn't know where to start. She says Adelante helped her with
everything, because you had idea to make a business, but you don't have idea how can you start. And I learned everything there to start my business.
La Popular Catering Company has become just that. Araceli has expanded into a large commercial kitchen in nearby Beaverton. They were also recognized as one of the top 5 caterers in the Portland area by the consumer-driven website Thumbtack. As the name implies, Adelante Mujeres is a natural conduit for stories like Araceli's.
A lot of the women who enter into our program through our adult education will feel a real disconnect when they first get to the U.S. because they've lost their whole community, their whole family generally is still often in Mexico or in another Latin American country. And so for them to be able to connect to a community here, that's a big thing that Adelante is able to provide.
Back at the farmers market, making connections is what it's all about. Connections and good food. After the first few food carts open for business, it doesn't take long for customers to start rolling in. Opened earlier this year, the setting evokes memories of a traditional Latin American-style market. The makeup of the patrons is nearly as diverse as the surrounding neighborhood. Hipsters, hippies, friends, and family. And most importantly, says manager Manuel, kids.
Well, that's part of the culture, right? So it's completely unintentional, but that shows like how the Latin culture is, the family support, the family values.
Manuel joined the Hacienda CDC to help open and run the group's wildly successful venture, the Portland Mercado. Set in what was an abandoned car lot, it has become a shiny beacon for this up-and-coming part of town. By adding the food trailers, the Mercado adds food options to the otherwise traditional food incubator model. More permanent tenants in the main space of the facility generate cash flow to help fund Hacienda's programs.
Just to keep everyone coordinated.
The new state-of-the-art kitchen serves more than 35 businesses both on and off-site. Still, the heart of the work remains bringing along food business startups. Several of these were recruited by Hacienda for what Manuel says are vital characteristics.
A lot of people say, well, it's all passion. No, like, you have to find the right balance, passion and execution. If you don't have the execution and the adaptability, then you cannot make it. This is not for everyone. So everyone here is a warrior. Everyone here has both of those skills.
Amalia Vasquez of Tierra del Sol is one of those who seems a perfect fit for the new Mercado.
Yo soy de Oaxaca, yo siempre había tenido el sueño de tener un negocio. Entonces, al saber de este proyecto me uní a Hacienda y Hacienda ha sido algo bien importante para que yo haya podido desarrollar este negocio. Porque Hacienda me ha apoyado desde el inicio, desde la idea que yo tenía. Ellos me apoyaron con clases, me apoyaron a ver cómo yo podía hacer para desarrollar mi negocio. Me dieron un asesor financiero. O sea que Hacienda ha sido una parte esencial, yo pienso, en este proyecto que yo tengo ahorita.
As lunchtime approaches, the Mercado is going full tilt. Smells of puerco, masa, and onions fill the air. Most importantly, diners are getting what they came for.
Well, it's his first time. He's my brother. I had to bring him out here to show him what was going on. His birthday was on Tuesday, so I'm treating him to a bunch of food here.
Because it would be one thing if it just looked good, but the fact that they actually somehow managed to get really good cooks, here and good food here, I think that's what's going to keep it going.
This is my third time here. So we come to Mixteca specifically because they use organic corn.
Bandeja paisa, beans, egg, arepa, chicharrón, chorizo, avocado, and pork.
It was good. Yeah, we actually came yesterday for the first time, and then we came back again today.
Benches and picnic tables offer us seating in front of the trailers. Like a true Mercado, the design is not only practical, but it fosters mingling and a sense of community.
Oye, nada más te quería avisar.
As he finishes his morning rounds, Manuel looks back and smiles. His Mercado is open for business.
If there's a grand dame of kitchen incubator programs, it may well be La Cocina, serving in the culinary mecca that is San Francisco. The program's success is easily measured. During La Cocina's first year in 2005, participant sales approached $280,000. In 2013, sales topped $4 million. Deputy Director Leticia Landa says much of the success is owed to the participants themselves.
A lot of the women in our program were basically running restaurants out of their home, just informally, feeding people, first friends and family, but then word gets out and, eventually there's a line around the block of people wanting to come and try the food and pay for the food. And so I think that it's one thing to be a very good cook and a different set of skills required to be a very good entrepreneur. And La Cocina, I think our goal is to work with very good entrepreneurs who are also very good cooks. But I think that the business skill and that kind of hustle and desire to have a business and to get your food in the marketplace is a really important part of what we look for.
Hustle and desire may be the two perfect adjectives for Alicia Villanueva.
To be in the position that I right now was a lot of work. I just started to clean houses here and then taking care of the disabled people. And I love that job at that time, but always with my dream. In the evenings, I just went home and I cook all night long for 100 tamales.
Alicia's 100 tamales didn't last long on the streets of Oakland. But the slim margin of profit and lack of sleep hardly made it seem like her dream had come true. She needed help and a bigger kitchen.
When I just arrived to La Cocina and I was accepted by La Cocina, my life just changed. It's like my big blessing that happened to me on my life. La Cocina is my family, is my house, and I just love it. I always say it's my magic place. Yeah.
Today is a big day, not just for Alicia, but for over 30 businesses associated with the kitchen. It's time for their annual street food festival, when an estimated 80,000 people are expected over 2 days.
Lamento de mi cumbia.
I was looking to eat something that I don't eat on a regular basis, to venture outside my comfort zone.
The lemon ceviche, unbelievable. The dumplings, pork buns, really good. And then just a bunch of beer.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Absolutely. We travel far for good food. We love food.
What's great, and I think it's the first time here in this location, the Pier 70, and I think for everybody it's like a new experience, and that when we were on Folsom Street by the Mission District, but we are happy, yeah.
How many tamales do you think you sold today?
I did 2,500, but I think that I didn't sold out today, honestly, but I almost sold all of them, yeah, but I'm happy.